And here we go, guys. This is a beautiful orange and white Kenworth W900A model, pulling a white and orange Lode King Distinction grain trailer. It is a beautiful hopper trailer set, and you may actually have recognized this truck on my channel before because I talked about it in my coming soon video. Now, of course, that video is a little dated today, but if you want to see it again, there's a link down below, or if you missed it. It was about a bunch of first gear trucks that were coming soon that year. Now let's smash the like button, open this truck, and get in and talk about it. Oh wait, by the way, the item number on this one is 60-1265. And of course, this came out in 2022. So it is an older model, but there we go. And you can still find a couple of them out there in the secondary market. And speaking of the secondary market, grab my tips for valuing your collection with the link down below. It's at farmtoysandmore.com, where I sell DCP and lots of other models for your collection. And I try to make sure all of them are going to add real value to your collection. So grab it with the link below and shop for other models on my site, farmtoysandmore.com. It does come with an extra set of mirrors in the 2-piece blister, and it was in the standard DCP box. And there it is out of the box. Isn't that sharp? That orange and white with the black stripe on the cab. Just a little one. It starts off real thin. It gets a little wider all the way to the back, and it does go around the back of the cab. Just a little teeny tiny extra detail separating the two colors really sharp. Then the matched orange tarp and the matched bottom on the trailer to go with the frame and the truck. Really a sharp truck. We'll start off with the trailer. Now, mind you, this is a first gear trailer, so it does not have actual screw down landing gear. Kind of a bummer. It also does not have a cloth tarp. It has a rubber tarp that's molded in. To be honest with you, I don't mind that at all, because it actually, in reality, it looks a little better. I wish they'd put a little more detail in the tarp to show the creases, but they did a pretty good job. And you can see the roof bows in there. And then, let's face it, how many of us actually roll them up? So it's either we flop them over to the side, or we have them rolled closed. So what's the point? This plastic actually, in my opinion, is better than the cloth, even though it's not a cloth tarp. Like the DCP, the true DCP toolings, this was a first gear tooling. Inside, you have the nice rivet detail on the hoppers. We got a divider wall here, so you can haul two different types of grain at the same time, which is nice. The bottom, the traps, both of them do slide and open and close, so that you can drain the grain that you pour into it right back out. Orange on the inside of the trailer, white on the sides, orange on the bottom frame. No working rear suspension on the trailer, just fixed. I kind of like that better. Air ride suspension in the detail on the rear suspension for the trailer. It's got a little mud flap there to kind of keep stones from going in there. Being a Canadian trailer, it actually has the triple hump fenders over top. You know, the fenders that are kind of more European in style, but they're actually useful. Not quite sure what the point on a trailer is. The trailer itself makes a fender, but they've got them. Then we've got landing gear, the crank for the landing gear. You got your crank arms here for your traps. And then there's actually one on each side, so you can untrap it from either way. We've also got this big mud flap here that hangs behind, or in front of the landing gear, but behind the tractor to keep any stones and stuff that the truck throws up from getting under the trailer. Really a good idea. We have DOT striping. We have red marker lights there, and then the rest of the marker lights across the top of the trailer up here are all in amber. Also down here, they're in amber, and then you got your long DOT striping. A little bit of dust there. Yeah, there we go. Around to the back, we have Lode King tampos on the orange mud flaps, you know, keeping the whole orange theme. Get the Lode King in red there. DOT striping, 3 brake lights there. We got the Distinction logo up there. Your upper marker lights and some more marker lights here, all tampos in red. Really nice. Got your crank handle here that goes over the ladder. Then a little catwalk there so you can walk along, plus 2 grab bars and look inside the trailer. Of course, up top you do have all the roof bows, and they are actually nice plastic pieces molded and put in, plus the bulkhead wall there is molded plastic. And then there's the ladder there. There's also some places where you could walk down very safely down on each of the ends and the center for the hoppers, so that the grain drains easily and you can go down without, slipping or sliding. Really good idea. Onto the passenger side, very much basically the same as the other. We do have 10-hole chromes with soft rubber tires, duals on each of the tri-axles, kingpin underneath for DCP and Advantage diecast trucks. And then we have a ladder on the front, another catwalk, 2 marker lights. Not a whole lot of extra lights on the front, but they go up against the cab. Now, of course, we don't have the screw-down landing gear, so it does kind of droop when we park it off by itself. But let's face it, most of the time, guys, we are going to have these hooked up to the tractor, so it's not that big a deal. We got plenty of other ones that have screw down, so if we want some trailers parked by themselves, we're good. We can have to leave this one hooked up. And when you're putting the tarp back on the top, this goes on the driver's side. You can see it's the other end of the crank, the rod that goes all the way through that would hook up to the crank there, so it looks right. Just goes like that. Pretty cool. Now let's go on over to the tractor. This is the Kenworth W900A model tooling that came out in 2022. So this was a relatively new tooling when it came out. One of the very first few runs. They went gangbusters on it right off the gate, and then it kind of slowed down on this truck because they did the long hood instead of the regular hood. Most people ran regular hoods instead of this big long hood. And then they put the V8 Caterpillar engine. They put the big dog engine in it, but I don't know. Seems like they should have used a slightly different, shorter hood and stuck with a 6-cylinder. I think that would have looked better. Also made this tooling a little bit more useful. And for those who don't know much, the CR England company actually helped get this tooling across the finish line, because Kenworth was kind of balking at it. And CR England, who buys a lot of Kenworth trucks, called them up and said, hey, get this done, because they wanted a model of their truck. So that's how that came about. Now we have chrome steps with diamond plate on the driver's side here. We got the chrome fuel tank down here with black bands, chrome steps, chrome quarter fenders with a little black tampo for the upper rubber. And then we have the 10-hole chromes with soft rubber tires, front and rear, and these actually look like new wheels. They keep making new wheels at DCP. I have never figured that out. Every truck seems like they make a new set of wheels. We got chrome mirrors, chrome breathers, chrome visor, chrome air horns, and chrome exhaust stacks. Now these here are basically your stock exhaust stacks. Then they put a little detail on that's a decal that has the heat shield detail. So it's pretty nice. It's a little hard to see because of that chrome, but it's there. You have individual Jewel style turn signals here that are just plastic, clear plastic, that they molded and painted in a little clear Tamiya yellow, so they look like they are individual pieces and kind of clear through. Then you can also see you got little marker lights down here that are molded in and then tampoed over in orange so that they look like orange lights. Individual Jewel style headlights in the bezels, tapered ends on both bumpers with a little white paint for the driving lights, and then a nice chrome grille with a Kenworth logo right there. Also, there's a Kenworth logo on each side of the hood. So far, I've always been a fan of the A model Kenworth. I'm not a big L model Kenworth fan, but I've always liked the A model. However, I just don't like this hood. It's too dang long. The Kenworth there, and I know it's accurate, but most of the guys ran regular plain old Kenworths. You can see the stripe that starts there and goes all the way back. The door handle is tampoed. It's got the little wind wing, chrome mirrors, chrome little minder mirror, and then open windows. Inside it's got low back seats. You can see for the window, you can see to get into the sleeper is right there. And then you got the steering wheel and the dashboard. There's also a gear shift in there. They did a nice job on the inside. There's a door here to get into the sleeper, and then there's a loop step there and a step on the fuel tank. So you can get up there. Plus, it has the toolbox, and then it also has the vent window there. Onto the back, look at that. Orange mud flaps, brake lights or tampos. And then they put a little marker light on the corner of the mud flap brackets. They tampoed it in red. That's kind of a cool little touch. We have the air lines and the electric lines right here. And look, instead of the electric line being a curly Q, they made it more of a straight, just coiled up line. That looks so much better than the way they normally do it. And then you have your brake lights and grab bars on the back of the sleeper. Really, really sharp truck. Underneath it says licensed by PACCAR. And then it's got first gear, Payosta, Iowa tampoed on the other step. Air tanks, air tanks. There's the exhaust that connects up from the engine. The V8 engine, they Y-piped it there, and then they split it apart rather than running two pipes. That makes sense. And then we've got the front suspension here. It has positionable steering like all the DCPs. Little mud flap hanging off the back of the fender is molded into it, but painted in black. And then you have your rear differentials, torsion bar type suspension, and air brake canisters, plus all the drive shafts, bottom of the engine, and transmission detail. A really, really sharp truck. And then over here, we have one more loop, step, and then toolbox door and door. Like, it should be one big door, but I'm not sure what they did that for, but there you go. Really, really nice truck. The Kenworth is a sharp looking truck. I wish it was a short hood, but man, they made a nice paint scheme for this particular truck. Chrome fifth wheel. Oh, and chrome deck plate. So that looks really cool. And there we go, my friends. That is the Kenworth W900A model, a long hood version, pulling a Lode King Distinction tri-axle grain trailer. It is in orange and white. And while this one lasts, I've got this one on my website, farmtoysandmore.com. Plus, there's plenty of other DCP grain trucks for Wilsons, or there's even a couple of Lode Kings on there still today. So go check them out and shop for your next diecast collectible. And don't forget, grab that tips for valuing your collection with the link below. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.